basically, it's just a battle all along the line with enemy infantry charging and the Minutemen firing. All right, welcome back to the war. So we have a few things to go over here. First off, obviously the British have not retaken Virginia, and I'm just sort of expecting them to not do so by the time I get down here. What I've done is I've actually got military access with the Cherokee, so I can actually pass through the territory to go after other British holdings. I may also just try to trade away quickly, like a region to them, like maybe even Huron territory, just to gain Virginia. Because I do need that in order for victory, and I guess I don't want to go to war with the Cherokee if I don't have to, so we'll see if we're able to do that or not. General Dayton has killed that one unit of Hessians, and so is now going to head south to Philadelphia. Once he gets there, or by the time he gets there, he should have some extra, or a full contingent of cavalry and some artillery as well. Basically to help fill out his army. The cavalry he did have were left behind here in Quebec in order to maintain order. Because if everyone left, they would have been rebellious. And I wasn't willing to exempt the region from tax because look at all of that money I would be losing. And that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We'll just disband them once the place is happy enough. Now, the British actually built up the military school here quite high to the drill school. There's actually units available here that aren't available down south in Boston or in Philadelphia. In fact, I don't have access to build this building quite yet. I'm still a few turns away from being able to do that. So I'm actually also training up some ranger units who will join General Dayton's army. So he'll have a full 20-stack army when he faces off against the British down here. Well, not here, that's the Cherokee. But here in Maryland and further south. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention on the diplomatic front, the French have also come to us with an alliance, which I accepted. So we're now allied with the French, though I'm not sure where the French even are on this map. Basically, I'm not really expecting them to be too much help, but I think it increases our prestige if a major European power recognizes us, of course. Oh, and by prestige, I just mean generally speaking. There is an actual prestige mechanic, I believe. Honestly, I'm not too sure how to access it. Or maybe it doesn't even exist in this this campaign. Like, this campaign is too small. It's like the main campaign, where prestige matters. Or, I guess, exists. Oh, here it is. Prestige. Okay, there we go. Again, I'm not entirely sure how this helps in any way. And actually, I can't help but notice that the British are still very much in the ascendant against us, which is a little surprising. I mean, not in the naval side, because, yeah, that would be a problem. I mean, France must have some forces over here, right? Because, I mean, everyone is ahead of us in every conceivable way. All the major powers, anyways. I mean, unless it's technically including other theaters of war that we can't see, because obviously the Americas are the only theater of war we can see in this campaign. But maybe technically, like, quote-unquote, they actually do exist, and I just can't see them. Like the other theaters, I mean, like Europe and India. I guess it could be that. All right, but anyway, so this brings us over to General Washington, who is going to take Huron territory this turn. And I think I talked about everything I wanted to on the campaign map. So let's just get right into the battle. So we have the survivors from the last battle, these 2 units of tribal auxiliaries, as well as the musketmen. Badly depleted, obviously, plus the 2 armed citizenry units. So let's just get right in there and take them out. All right, welcome to the battle. As you can see, they are coming across the field there. We have basically Minutemen here on the right, 3 units, with the howitzers just behind the regular artillery. Regular artillery is set to canister shot, so just waiting for them to come within range here. And we have 4 units of Minutemen here on the left. We are going to move them, though, basically in a line like this, because I realize that we're facing such a small force that there's not going to be much use for the Minutemen over here if we don't actually move them. And the cavalry are sitting behind the lines over here, just waiting for their chance to mop up the survivors. So let's be honest, that's what would happen in this battle. We're facing much too small of a force for them to seriously contest us. Here comes the first victims. And just like that, they are eliminated. Now, we will trade some shots with the citizenry here, but they will flee soon enough. Apparently the canister shot was firing over here, and I didn't actually notice that in the battle. I didn't think they were close enough for that. Now that citizenry unit is going to charge forward, and this auxiliary unit is going to charge to the right here and get shot by all the Minutemen, you can see are now lined up over here. I also moved the cavalry behind them because I figured that's just a better angle to attack from. And, oh. Maybe I was wrong. I was pretty sure that they had gone towards these guys and were shot, but maybe I was incorrect. That could also just be a difference from the original battle. But to be honest, it's a very minor one if so, because they still end up getting shot by Minutemen and go fleeing in retreat. Now the battle is basically over at this point, so I tell the cannons to stop firing and send the cavalry forward to go and get the survivors. Now the battle is not fully over, technically though. Because the enemy actually still had a unit of irregulars over here, as you can see, who came charging down after us. I mean, again, obviously, there's not a lot of them. And I just realized things are actually occurring differently from what happened in the actual battle. Because this citizenry unit definitely did not rally and come back for us. Also, this unit of auxiliaries did not engage us until we were all the way back there. Again, I can't say it actually affected the battle all that much. It's just they got killed over here instead of over there. So, not a big deal. But as you can see, the screen is frozen, so that is when the message popped up saying that it's time to choose. And of course, I chose to continue. So it does look like things are basically going to end here in just a moment anyways. I think the only real survivors we have are the citizenry over there. Oh, actually, there's still one survivor over here as well. And it looks like, yes, those guys are basically done. And just like that, the battle is over. So again, ignore these statistics. I think they will be slightly different from what happened in the actual battle, though only slightly different. And I'll see you guys back on the campaign map. All right, well, that ends them. We only lost 12 guys. I assume that was all. Oh, we lost a single. Oh, we lost a few Minutemen. 8, to be exact. Then 4 cavalry, who were presumably shot by the irregulars as they were charging up. All right, well, let's get out of here then.
Raise the flag!
What have we got here? Oh, a bunch of traits. All right, and we have captured Huron territory. Fantastic. All right, but anyway, that was the only... Whoops. I keep forgetting that that's going to happen. Every time I move the mouse or scroll at all, it just zooms all the way out for that first time. But anyway, it looks like that's going to be it for the battles this turn, so I'm going to let you guys go, and I will bring you back as the war continues. All right, welcome back to the war. And we're just going to start down here in the south and work our way north, because actually a few things have happened that definitely need to be discussed here on the campaign map. First off, very unfortunately, it turns out I actually cannot trade regions with the Cherokee. Now, I assume this isn't because we literally just cannot under any circumstances. I think this is actually their last region. I believe there's a rule where you can't trade your capital. And so since that's their only region, they can't trade it away, even though they would get like another region in return. Well, actually, you know what? Now that it occurs to me... let's see. Okay, no. I cannot. Okay. I was thinking maybe if I offer them a territory first, then... Here, let's... Okay, no. If I offer them a region first, I cannot then demand it. Okay, never mind. Clear offer. Get out of here. So, and we need Virginia in order to meet our victory conditions. It's one of the settlements we need to take. So, when I say something unfortunate, it's very unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate for the Cherokee, because once we take Maryland, I'm afraid we're going to be taking Virginia as well. Oh well, very unfortunate. It just kind of is what it is. Now, General Dayton has made his way down here, and he's actually collected most of his troops here. He's got all of his cavalry, all of his artillery, all of his Minutemen, actually +1. And then we're also going to give him some Rangers from Pennsylvania as well. They actually came down from Quebec. Quebec has proven to be extremely useful, actually. We've trained up Rangers. We've trained up some Grenadiers. In fact, I think we're training up, yes, some more Grenadiers for General Washington's army as well. So that has proven very useful, and we've been sending them south here. And that's why the Rangers basically arrived just as General Dayton was getting here too. So that worked out nicely. We have some more Rangers here who are heading towards General Washington. And I think this bears some discussion, what's going on up here. I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing really else to discuss on the map, so let's just head up north here. General Washington was heading south to join General Dayton in his war against the campaign against Great Britain. And soon the Cherokee. But anyway, he had to turn around, because the Inuit declared war on us. Just straight up declared war on us. Unbelievable. Can you believe such treachery? I mean, why would anyone just walk up to someone else's territory and declare... Anyway. So basically, I had to turn General Washington around, as well as the Rake and the Protestant missionary, just to secure a new conquest against the Inuit. I believe this is their only territory as well, so we should be able to just immediately wipe them out once we take out this army here and that settlement there. It does promise to be a somewhat hard battle, though. They do have a lot of men. And actually a couple of pieces of artillery. I also believe that many of these guys are actually... Oh no, they are ranged infantry. Okay.
Ready for orders.
The range is noticeably lower than ours, though. That's interesting. I really don't know. Maybe they're like a javelin throwing unit or something? Maybe? Alright, but anyway, this is the battle we're going to fight. Basically, we need to drive the Inuit back. With violence. Alright, now, unsurprisingly, they are standing and fighting. Oh, I see their unit sizes are also much smaller. But it also says that they're elite infantry. I'm a little worried about those guys, actually. Alright, but anyway, let's get right into the battle. Alright, welcome to the battle. So we have most of our 4 units of Minutemen on the left, cannons in the center, 3 units of Minutemen on the right, and the cavalry behind them. We have the howitzers firing explosive shells, because we just researched that. somewhat unusually, we are taking return fire. Because, of course, they do have their own artillery there and there. Oh, I think we took some of them out with those explosive shells. And then we took out a lot more of them with canister shot and musketmen, or Minutemen firing. Yep, that unit's been eliminated. But yes, anyway, not only do they have artillery, but they're in such a place that they can actually hit us. So we do take some fire from them. They are fixed artillery units, so they can't move, but then I think the AI tends to not move them anyways. Warrior societies are charging forward. I hope you've all finished reloading. Yes, apparently, I think what happens with these regular artillery units is they'll keep using their canister shot even when the enemy is out of range. So you have to keep telling them to stop and then fire at will again so that they pick a different target or pick a target for them. Oh, I do swing these two Minutemen units because I figured, once again, they probably won't be of much use over on the left flank there. With that, most of their units are already in retreat. We do still have the howitzers firing over their heads there. Now these guys are about to get some canister shot, methinks. Oh, and they're throwing axes, by the way, so they actually are a ranged unit. And with that, they are routing. We do have the chief's bodyguard over there, but they are going to run away rather quickly. In fact, there they go. Awfully lot of smoke. Awful lot of smoke here. So I basically tell all of the units to stop firing, and I limber up the artillery, mostly to get them to stop firing. Because I seem to remember there was issues with getting them to stop firing. I think I may have even experienced them a couple of times in this campaign. But anyway, we have sent the cavalry out. We have to attack many of the survivors to make sure they either stay routing or kill them if possible. And of course, the enemy still has those two artillery units that are back there that we need to take care of. This unit has rallied, and so two of the cavalry are going to need to run over there and take them out. I actually did not notice this Warrior Society unit during the battle itself, but I guess the cavalry are too quick to be caught anyways. What the cavalry are not too quick to be caught for is the other enemy units that are about to show up. It turns out there were two units of, I think, musketmen and then one medicine men unit that I didn't notice right away. But I do send the cavalry in to charge and take out the artillery unit there. I do send them to do so as well once it looks like these units turn around, because I figure, okay, well, they're not going to shoot at my cavalry, so let's just send them in. Now, because I've realized that the enemy still has units to throw at us, I start having the cannons get back into firing position again, and I have the Minutemen set to fire at will again. We do take a couple of shots, as you can see, from the musketmen here. I don't think we lose too many cavalry. But once I realize that the artillery have basically been shattered and sent in retreat, I start bringing the cavalry back before they get murdered by all these units here. So here's this unit here, they'll be heading back towards our lines. Meanwhile, the cavalry over here was basically just chasing down enemies, trying to kill as many as possible before they make it off the battlefield. some of them do unfortunately get away. We'll be bringing that cavalry back over here soon. I did not notice, but I think this is that Warrior Society unit again, the one that I didn't notice before. So obviously the cannons, or the howitzers, are firing at them. And I pull back this Minuteman unit to face them, but then realize, oh, they're actually shattered and routing now, so I put the Minutemen back again. Honestly, that was kind of danger close. I really probably would not have had the howitzers choose that unit myself to target. In fact, I think I'd take them off of fire at will here in a minute and have them deliberately target units that are further back. Now, something that I had kind of forgotten about... Oh, Minister shot. Just obliterated quite a few of those medicine men there. But these guys actually have a longer range than my Minutemen, so I actually need to push a couple of units forward to face them. I do not know why they suddenly went all dark like that. They have become as stone pillars when I get too far away from them. So the cavalry is coming back. I actually don't push the Minutemen forward to face them because I realized I could just have my cavalry charge in here and that would probably send them into retreat, which is basically what happens on that flank. The medicine men are already retreating, and the Minutemen send the other musketmen unit in retreat. That freezing you saw there was basically just the end of battle screen. Well, not the end of battle screen. The end of battle choice. Where do you want to continue, or do you want to continue fighting? And obviously, I tell them to continue fighting. Now, I didn't notice that issue in the battle itself, the one where they just become these black stone pillars like that there. Though it only seems to happen when I'm far away from them, and when they turn around to fight, I guess. There must be a problem with their distant LODs, specifically when they're fighting. But anyway, at this point the battle is over, and so we are just watching the cavalry butcher a few of them. And then I'll just let you guys go here in just a minute. Alright, that unit is basically eliminated, and actually most of these units are eliminated as well, except for maybe these guys here. Alright, we're passing right by where their artillery was. Alright, but anyway, I think you guys get the idea now. The battle is over, so I'll see you guys back on the campaign map. Alright, well, those casualties are looking pretty good to me. Did get a bit of a scare there at the end, when I didn't realize that they hadn't committed all of their infantry. I need to remember that native units, as well as certain skirmisher units, like the Rangers, can do that, where they can just hide. Well, hide much more easily than even, like, our men. Because obviously the Minutemen, and I think really any infantry, can, like, hide in, like, the trees and stuff. But, like, the Rangers and the natives can do it much, much better. Alright, but anyway, let's close this out here. What do they have in the way of survivors? Okay. Oh, dang, some of the artillery got away. That is unfortunate.
March!
Definitely don't want that.
Sir. Forward!
How can I
March!
help?
Alright, well, anyway, next turn, Washington will make it there, and we can go ahead and finish them off. Though I see they're also... Oh, well, they're not going to have Firelock armed citizenry, though, are they? I assume it's going to be some kind of, like, native unit. Oh, and they do have more artillery and stuff, too. That's unfortunate. All right, but anyway. Oh, yes, of course the camera will zoom out. But anyway, that's going to be it for now, so I will let you guys go and I will bring you back as the war continues. All right, welcome back to the war. So, we are looking over Virginia, and it looks like something interesting could very well happen here. Basically, the Plains Nation is at war with the Cherokee. Oh, Plains Nations and Cherokee Nations. Okay. Well, anyway, the Plains Nations are at war with the Cherokee, and so they're going to probably attack Virginia here, or Williamsburg, Virginia. And even the British are, I guess, contributing a bit. I assume they're not like they're not allies or anything, are they? Let's see, Plains. No. Oh wait, they are allied with the British and the Iroquois. Okay, well that's interesting. So it looks like, depending on what happens here, they may actually be able to get to Virginia and take it before this force can come back. I guess it depends on whose turn comes first. But that's interesting because it could mean that it's actually the Plains Nation, or I guess maybe the British, who take Virginia. Now, if it's the British, we'll just take it away from them in a battle. If it's the Plains Nations, then I might be able to actually trade it away from them. Because I assume they actually do have more than one territory, unlike the Cherokee, so it might actually be an option to get it through diplomatic means. What we have here is General Dayton with his full army. As you can see, he has cavalry, artillery, 7 units of Minutemen, and then 4 ranger units. And they're currently besieging Annapolis. Yeah, I'm going to call it that. Annapolis, Maryland. And we actually are going to have them besiege it for a couple of turns, partially because I want to see how this situation turns out, and partially just because I kind of would prefer to fight these guys more out in the open. I mean, we could take it off of them. I think we did something similar at Quebec. But, again, I do want to delay just a bit, just to see what happens with this situation, because this could decide whether or not we have to declare war against anyone, or if we can just take a territory diplomatically, or what. And I want to see how that situation plays out. Now, I guess not much is changed throughout the rest of our territories. We do have, of course, General Washington is still up here fighting the Inuit. And that's the battle we're going to fight this turn. We're going to take Moose Factory. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's what I'll call it. Moose Factory. And this is the force we'll be facing. It looks like we've still got a couple of artillery. You know what? Actually, let's just click on it. Somehow they did replenish their units, which is a little unfortunate. But I think we should still be able to take them without too much trouble. Well, I say they replenished their units. They seem to have replenished their infantry. Or no, wait. No. They didn't have any infantry. The units that escaped was the chief's bodyguard and 1 artillery unit. And so this one has not been replenished. And I guess I don't know. I don't think his cavalry has been replenished. Because it seems like that's a low number, just to only have 20 cavalry, but I don't know, maybe that is the number they have when they're fully replenished. But anyway, let's just get right into the battle. All right, welcome to the battle. I just wanted to point out this one piece of artillery here because I actually didn't know that they were there the entire battle, and I just now noticed them here that I'm watching the replay. So we have our army in our kind of standard configuration. We are pulling Minutemen on the right flank over, though, because I can see these Native American Lancers are coming towards us, so I just turn them to face them. We have 4 units of Minutemen on the right, 3 on the left with artillery in the center, and the cavalry is actually going to go off to the left flank there. All right, and just like that, they are sent into retreat. So I'm going to put the Minutemen back here in just a minute. They do have another artillery unit over here, and this is the one that I definitely noticed and deliberately sent men after, though that is much later in the battle. All right, now with that unit sent back, of course, here come the Minutemen going back into their position again. Though I did notice this unit was slightly ahead of this one, so I actually do pull them a little back so that they're in line. They don't want like this unit like shooting them or anything as the enemy approaches. Basically, it's just a battle all along the line, with enemy infantry charging and the Minutemen firing. Many of them do start routing, as you can see. But more continue forward. One of the Minutemen units starts to leave the line, and I have to order them back. Or else they would have gone chasing after them. Now, with most of the enemy in retreat, it's time for the cavalry to get sent forward. General Washington and one of the cavalry units goes over here to chase down these routers and to take care of that artillery unit. The other 3 cavalry units end up going to the right here. Mostly they're there to chase down the enemy, but the battle is not actually over yet. We have this bowman unit that's still fighting. We have the chief and his bodyguard who's not retreating either, at least not yet. And there's a medicine man unit somewhere, or medicine men unit somewhere back there too. So seeing that the chief was over here, I decide to send in one of the cavalry units to attack him immediately. And another unit is going to come down here and then attack from below. Or at least that's the idea. Oh, musketmen. There's also a musketmen unit. Forgot about them. You can see there's the cavalry over there chasing down, well, running down their artillery, and then the general's bodyguard is attacking, or General Washington, I should say, is attacking the enemy. As you saw from the message, the chief's bodyguard was basically just instantly obliterated. There's 8 of them left, and the chief himself is dead. Once again, we have the native units are turning into like these little black bars whenever they turn to fight. Actually, I think it's specifically the musketmen who seem to have that problem. And yes, there's the one artillery unit. I think they're going to get attacked by this provincial cavalry, but again, I didn't notice them at all during the battle, so this is happening purely on the backs of you know, an accident. They were basically chasing this unit. Oh, and here's the medicine men. So, I'm not going to send the cavalry after them quite yet, because I don't want them to charge uphill at them, so I can just have them go on their way, basically retreating before the medicine men could catch them. But this cavalry unit over here has finished off the artillery crew, so I actually tell them to go and attack the medicine men. In fact, yes, they're on their way now. So this cavalry unit will retreat over here, basically drawing the medicine men away from the hill and allow us to attack on more even ground. And it also gives time for that other horseman unit to get over here and attack them at the same time. And all of the other units are just attacking various routing units. It's that medicine men unit is the only unit that's still fighting. Have them just retreat a little more. You can actually see the other unit in the trees over there. So now they turn around and they attack. Meanwhile, the other unit comes out of the trees and attacks as well. Basically attacked, sandwiched from both sides. They immediately start to rout. All right, now, to be honest, quite a lot of them get away, but most of the ones that get away are armed tribesmen. So they're the quote-unquote free units that they got just as part of the garrison. So not really any threat, and of course, they won't show up again on the campaign map because the settlement is taken. So anyway, I think you guys get the idea here, so I will let you go now, and I will see you back on the campaign map. Well, that was a rather one-sided victory, I have to admit. 31 men lost. Washington lost 31 men, and the enemy lost 1,400. Nearly 1,500. Definitely the provincial cavalry did the most here, but a lot of that was, of course, just chasing down routers. Still, they did very well. I assume, you know, I've never really thought about this, but I wonder if chasing down routers actually contributes to your post-battle experience. Because it does seem like the cavalry are way more experienced than the rest of the units here. And again, I'm the only thing that I could really think of is that their kill counts are a little high due to them running down routing enemies. Yes, everyone did well, because obviously we didn't lose very many. In fact, the ones we lost the most would be the provincial cavalry, but even so, we didn't lose a lot of them. We do need to definitely get the artillery replenished, though, so that we can have full artillery next time. All right. And yes, that does take care of the Inuit, so that's one enemy marked off our list here. All right, but anyway, it looks like that's going to be it, so I will let you guys go, and I will bring you back as the war continues.